3 squat, wide-chested shapes congealed from the gloom and moved into the light, step by step. Each about the size of a small calf, they stood on 6 muscled limbs that ended in hand-like paws with agile fingers, each tipped by a short, curved claw. Pale hide sheathed their bodies, except for their spine and chest, where bony plates formed a protective carapace. Their jaws were massive, their teeth sharp, and they looked at the world with 4 eyes nestled in 2 rows on their heads.
I fought these before with Andrea. These are just pups. Their mother was huge.
Awesome. Can any of you see the tails? Are they segmented like a scorpion's?
Yes.
It's a Tarrasque. It comes from the south of France, grows to an enormous size, and it's supposed to breathe fire. According to the legends, a Tarrasque was a dragon. These guys looked more like cats who'd somehow sprouted rhino-like armor, but who was I to complain?
How did the French kill it?
They sent a Christian virgin out, and she bound it with her hair and led it back into the city, where the citizens slaughtered it. We don't have a virgin handy.
No shit.
Quick, Derek. It's your chance to shine.
Derek gave Ascanio a withering look.
Dissandra is a mother. Robert is married. Kate's affianced, and I'm an old soul. You're the closest thing to a virgin we've got. Get on with growing some flowing locks.
Robert laughed. The sound was so unexpected I almost jumped.
I'm going to hurt you after this.
Ascanio grinned.
Hey, I just assumed you were saving yourself for marriage. My mistake.
Robert pulled 2 sets of steel knuckles from the inside of his suit. A long curved blade ran the length of the knuckles. Nice. On my right, Ascanio tossed his hair back and retrieved a short sword from his leather jacket. Ascanio reached for the hilt with his left hand and plucked another sword from the first. Bat-jam-do, butterfly swords. Handling 2 swords took a lot of practice. Well, interesting. 3 Tarrasques emerged from the left, 2 from the right.
We have 2 behind us.
We were surrounded. The thick front limbs of the Tarrasques tensed. Nostrils flared, sending clouds of vapor into the cold night. The tails curved upward, flapping back and forth. I turned my sword, warming up my wrist.
Let's go! I'm bored.
The beasts scuttled forward like giant cockroaches, moving with an odd gait, lifting the front and back leg on one side and the middle one on the other. The largest of the 3 beasts hooted like an owl. He was almost to me. 10 feet. Stand still. 5. The beast lunged at me. I dodged left. Wicked teeth snapped half an inch from my arm. And I stabbed Slayer into the creature's pale side. Dark, rust-colored blood spilled out from the wound and washed over the beast's gray hide. To the left, Derek yanked a Tarrasque out of the air, flipped it on its back, and chopped its throat with his axe. To the right, Ascanio spun in place, slicing at the beasts, his sword spinning in a familiar horizontal figure-8 pattern. He was trying to use my butterfly technique. It was not awful. His feet were off, and he was leaning forward too much, but it wasn't awful. I had no idea where he'd learned it. If we lived through this little adventure from hell, I'd have to correct his form before it was too late. A familiar, sickening magic washed over my mind. Just what we needed.
Vampires. Incoming.
The Tarrasque lunged at me, and I sliced across its nose.
How many?
My Tarrasque screamed and fled.
2. They're heading this way fast.
We had to finish the fight now. If we bled, it would be all over. A vampire was like a shark. A single drop of human blood would pull it from a mile away like a magnet. The second beast attacked me from the right. I slashed the side of its throat. It crashed down, and I stabbed Slayer into its left top eye socket. Dissandra spat some word I didn't understand. A monster flew above us through the air, crashed against a glass iceberg, slid down, and lay still, its 6 legs limp. Wow,